Police High Command expresses sadness after 2 constables died in car crash. The Police High Command says it is saddened by the death of 2 police constables in a motor vehicle accident on the Yorktown Main Road, Maypen in Clarendon on Sunday. Dead are 22-year-old Sean Atkins and Jessica West, also 22, both constables assigned to the Clarendon Division. According to reports, about 6:30 p.m., the officers were traveling along the roadway when the driver of the service vehicle lost control of the unit, which crashed into a ditch. Atkins and West were pronounced dead on arrival at the hospital. A police sergeant and a constable, who were also in the service vehicle at the time of the crash, sustained injuries and remain hospitalized. An investigation into the circumstances that led to the crash is underway. Head of the Jamaica Police Federation, Sergeant Arlene McBean, gave the update while speaking with reporters. She expressed condolences to the families of Constable Sean Atkins and Jessica West. Sergeant McBean, who was on location offering counseling to the families and colleagues of the deceased constables, said Constable West was grieving the passing of her grandmother before she died.
The serious service vehicle accident involving 5 of our colleagues in Yorktown, Clarendon, is an unfortunate situation. We have 3 colleagues who are currently being treated at a particular medical facility. They're in stable condition, thank God. The Police Federation, we want to express sincere condolences to the family and the friends of our colleagues who died in that unfortunate accident. The Jamaica Police Federation, the Jamaica Constabulary Force Medical Services Branch, along with psychologists, the chaplaincy unit and peer counselors, the assistant chaplain, we are on the ground now with a number of the colleagues here in Area 3, and we are here lending support. It is not easy. It is, I would call it an unexpected and tragic situation, but we are trying our best. One of the deceased member, that's the female, Miss West, her grandmother died, and she's not buried as yet. So to know that she is now gone, it is even harder for the family. So we crave the prayers and support of the public at this time and beyond.
23-year-old man accused of chasing fatally shooting man in Westmoreland. A man has been charged with murder after he allegedly chased and fatally shot a man in Geneva District, Westmoreland on Wednesday, June 26. Dead is 20-year-old Joanne Murray, otherwise called Joey. Charged with Murray's murder is 23-year-old Kyrie Lange of Corley District, Grange Hill in Westmoreland. He is also charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and using a firearm to commit a felony. Reports from the Savannah police are that about 5:30 p.m., Murray was in the company of family members at a shop when a Toyota Axio motor car drove up. Lynch reported they alighted from the motor vehicle and approached Murray when he brandished a firearm and opened fire. It is reported that Murray ran from the shop and was chased by Lynch and shot. The police were summoned, and on their arrival, Murray was seen in the yard lying on his back with multiple gunshot wounds to his upper body. He was transported to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Dry goods charged with St. James murder. 25-year-old Michael Williams, otherwise called Dry Goods, of New Rambleboat in St. James, has been charged with murder following the shooting death of 35-year-old Wesley Robinson in Ramble on August 11. He is also charged with using a firearm to commit a felony and possession of a prohibited weapon. The Montego Bay police say between 2:20 a.m. and 6 a.m. on August 11, residents heard explosions and summoned them. A search was conducted and Robinson was seen lying in a pool of blood with gunshot wounds. He was assisted to hospital where he was pronounced dead. A statement was recorded from an eyewitness and a warrant prepared for Williams. Williams was subsequently arrested in the Bogue area of St. James on Saturday. His court date is being finalized. Manchester police say crime is out of control in the parish.
Our major crime category consists of 7 major crimes: murders, shootings, robberies, break-ins, rape, larcenies, and aggravated assault. All except murders and shootings are trending down. So since the start of 2024, we have recorded 191 major crimes, and this is compared to 238 for the corresponding period for 2023. This represents a decrease of 47 or 20%. And we are in no way celebrating 20% because where we really want to be is at 50%. However, it is important to point this out just to allay the fears of the people in Manchester that crime is out of control. The persons who are being killed by persons who are known to them. Persons who at one point or another were friends, hanging out on the corners, running boats and cooking and eating out of the same pots. It also indicating that lottery scamming is the root cause of most of these incidents. And so we have engaged our own lottery scamming task force and the constabulary financial unit just to have a look at some of our usual suspects in this department to try and take the profit out of their illicit activities.
What can go so? PNP's Damon Crawford flaws Favor Williams over state of education. As if preaching from a pulpit, PNP member Damon Crawford on Sunday, with the party's conference crowd into a frenzy as he ripped into Education Minister Favor Williams' stewardship as Education Minister. Using biblical references to stone and bread, Crawford, who is a senator and education spokesman, claimed that Williams and the Andrew Holness-led administration are not serious about addressing weaknesses in the education system. Too many of our children are receiving stone and serpent from the Jamaica Labour Party, he asserted. He added, 13,000 primary school students did not receive proficiency in maths. They asked for bread, they were given stone, and when it comes to CSEC, it gets worse. And then I hear the Minister of Education is seeking promotion. What could go so? He asked as the crowd joined in to finish the rhetoric question. Williams' name is among several making the rounds in relation to who will replace Dr. Nigel Clark, who is to step down as Finance Minister to take up a senior post at the International Monetary Fund (IMF). Her opinion piece published in the papers lashing former Minister Dr. Omar Davis for a recent article on Jamaica's relationship with the IMF only added to the speculation. Crawford said the PNP at the helm, in 5 years, Jamaica would defeat countries with better educational outcomes like Trinidad and Tobago. I know cartel is here, but when it comes to education, I am the teacher, he said, acknowledging the surprise appearance of the dancehall star who was recently freed of murder. Crawford also lamented absenteeism in school. According to him, the absentees rate in the rural areas is 30% and 18% in urban areas. The government is pursuing the implementation of a series of reforms based on the report from the Education Transport Commission. Meanwhile, spokesman on finance Julian Robinson remained on his mantra that Jamaica needs to turn away from low wages jobs to feed the earnings of Jamaicans. His focus on growth is seen in an attempt to carve out a credible party position that welcomes macroeconomic stability and also stressed that there is a lack of meaningful growth under the Holness administration. He said a future PNP government will focus on growth, a deliberate, inclusive and sustainable expansion that reaches every corner of Jamaica. According to him, Jamaica needs growth that does not just inflate numbers but improves lives. Robinson's brief presentation felt concern about high energy costs, literacy, and what he said is a lack of coordinated export strategy. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.